if that was just another basketball team or another Division I team, we'd all come in here and we'd be talking about how tough their stuff was to guard, how well they shot it. We'd talk about the two guards that played so well. But because it's a Division II opponent, you know, people are going to look at that and go, oh, wow. I coached in Division II for 9 years, and I can tell you that high-level Division II basketball is better than low Division I. The players are better. They're older. They're more experienced. You know, that was an NCAA team from a year ago. And so if the kid misses the last open three and we win by 3 or whatever it is, you know, are we going to feel, we'll feel a little different because of the outcome. But the reality of some of our challenges won't, you know, are still going to be the same. Really disappointed in defense because we've made so much progress. I think a lot of it has to do with the opponent. But my best defensive guard is Davion Mitchell, and he was in foul trouble. The adjustment that will consider making pretty quickly is having Jared and Davion playing at the same time, because those are two of the better defensive guards I have. They're two of the quicker players, and when I rotated Bryce, Mustafa, and Malik in there, defensively those guys struggled, particularly Mustafa and Malik. They struggled defensively, and those guys obviously got the better of us. Offensively, you know, I thought we did okay. We got to the rim, we got to the foul line, we scored 95 points, but we rushed so many 3 balls, and I didn't think we got really good looks from 3. I thought they were rushed and discombobulated. So it was a good exhibition, and it was good exposure for us. So it showed us where a lot of our weaknesses.
Bruce, just where it is an exhibition,
right?
And they are the number 12 Division II team. But for folks who hear the news today of 2 of your top 3 players being out indefinitely, and then see a loss like this to a Division II team, first time in I believe 7 or 8 years that's happened here, what is their cause for optimism moving forward?
I'd be optimistic. We got a good team, and we lost to a good team. And I think they got reason to be optimistic because we've got a lot of weapons. We've got good depth. And, you know, I could just tell you that I'd say about half the roster didn't play as well as they typically play. We had 4 or 5 guys that did not play well. That doesn't happen very often. And so I think that contributes a lot. Yes, certainly D'Angelo and Austin are 2 of our top 3 players, and but we've got enough right now without them to still be able to win, and so I'm not discouraged.
Bruce, not to belittle your point, but when you say that, you know, they're hard to guard, and a lot of it had to do with the opponent, you're going to have teams on your schedule early on that are going to be hard to guard. There's a lot of teams in this league that are hard to guard. Is there things that you're worried about on your defensive end, just going back to bad habits, just like they did last year?
I just say that, for example, we've got some big wings that have got to be able to move their feet and stay in front of quick guards, and that would be a concern. I thought we did a good job in the post. We could have improved our rebounding a little bit. They got some 50-50 balls and things like that. That again, those were things that we've really worked on. It's probably going to be a difficult film to watch because it's going to expose you know, some bad execution. But you know, I still saw a lot of positives out there.
What's Austin and D'Angelo's path back to the court? Is it just on the court? Can they apply for reinstatement? Are they in a holding pattern of sorts?
Just it's, you know, it's an ongoing investigation, and it's got to run its course, and we will be able to determine their eligibility over hopefully a very short period of time. But it's still, we're still not in a position where we can determine their eligibility yet. So therefore, out of caution, they weren't eligible to play.
So you're still handling it in-house. It's not an issue.
It's a definite. It's a definite, which means it could be short or it could be longer, and we don't know, because we don't know the details.
So for clarity's sake, they're neither ineligible nor eligible.
They weren't able to play today because we could not certify them as eligible. And I hope we're going to be able to. And if we are, then they would play. If we're not, they won't. I'm not going to take any more questions about that because I've already answered.
Are they going to be able to practice?
What's that?
Are they going to practice with you guys?
Yeah, they've been practicing.
I know, yeah.
I mean, Austin's not been practicing because of his leg. He's getting closer. I would think that this week he might be able to practice later on this week. He's really getting close.
How have they reacted to the news, to the decision?
You know, I think that they probably had an idea, but we've been practicing every day. Obviously, we haven't had Austin, so there's been no adjustment there. And so Dan Gell's he's a terrific player, and he's playing his natural 3 position. And we definitely missed them both, but we're still good enough to win early in our season.
You said there could be a determination in a short period of time.
I don't know when. I don't know when.
Okay, so
I don't know that.
Okay.
Take it one day at a time.
Will they
And when they're able to be eligible, they're eligible. They can't travel until they're eligible.
They can't try.
Any concerns, Bruce, about again, a small front court, especially when you start this season?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I would be concerned once we get into SEC play. And you know, Deshaun Murray's a really good player. And he did struggle tonight a little bit. I mean, and I think the other thing too is we have a lot of respect for Deshaun, and he does really well. And when one of your better players now doesn't play well, it was a little bit disruptive. But his attitude is great, and Deshaun's got the ability to be a good positive leader for us.
To go back for a moment first, because this is an indefinite situation, have either Dan Gell or Austin expressed an interest in pursuing professional opportunities and leaving?
I'm not going to answer any more questions about that, guys. Let's talk about the game. And
Talking about Malik, has looked pretty good in practice, and he just didn't do anything
yeah,
much tonight.
Yep. You know, I think part of the thing with Malik is because he doesn't. He's not been able to pick up on the system very quickly. So as a result, he's out there thinking, and he's not playing. So he's not having any fun, and he's not able to make the kind of contribution that he's capable of making. And so we got to find a way to unlock a little bit of that beast. And that's definitely, it was very, very noticeable. So, okay, guys, thanks.